Yep. Welcome to another episode of that deep shit where we connect them dots. On today's episode, we're going to talk about, this is going to be a follow-up to a previous video series that I did called What is the Internet? So this is going to be part 3 in the What is the Internet installments. And this particular part is going to be called What is the Internet? The Matrix. So, in the previous 2 videos, I tackled the subject of what the internet is on the surface. But now in this interview, in this episode, we're gonna tackle it, and we're gonna go a little bit deeper in depth about technology for the most part. If you look at dimensions, 1 being a point, 2 being a latitude, longitude, if you will, and then 3, or the 3rd dimension, actually giving the latitude and longitude depth. You could see that when you're on the internet, or if you're dealing with computers, usually there is a screen, okay? Just like the screen that you're watching me on, whether it's a computer screen, a cell phone, or a tablet, you're watching me on a screen. So what that does is, that takes three-dimensional me, and makes me 2-dimensional. So even though I look 3D, I'm still on a flat latitude and longitude. Can't remember which one is which. Latitude, longitude. I hope I'm right? Latitude, longitude. I don't know. 2-dimensional screen. All right. So what does that tell you? That tells you that technology is almost like a hologram, if you will. You know, in a hologram, you get one pattern, and then as you zoom in, you still get the same pattern, and then you zoom in some more, the same pattern. That's kind of like what existence is for the most part. If you know anything about the tree of life, and the way the 10 Sephirah are set up, it's set up by, and this may be a little advanced, but I'm not going to put it past the people who are watching this channel. But if you don't know what the tree of life is, or never heard of the 10 Sephirah, I would say definitely after this, go watch that, then watch this again, and then you're gonna be like, damn, right? So if you know anything about the tree of life, the first top 3 Sephirah, Kether, Chokmah, and Binah, are the holy trinity of the upper realms, if you will. The kingdom, right? That's really what it is. All the Sephirah up under that is just a reflection of them trying to copy what they see on the upper realms. Now, to put this in more of a mundane sense, right? Humans have evolved so much to where they are now creating artificial intelligence, meaning computers that think. So what happens when you get computers that think? I.e., let's take everyone's favorite video game, right? Grand Theft Auto 5, perfect example. You're almost living in a reality when you're playing this game. You can do almost everything you can do in real life in an actual two-dimensional space. So when you start to do this, you, as a human, you're now being a god, because as a programmer, you are becoming a god because you control this realm of two dimensions, and you are in charge of it, and you can destroy it or you can create. And that, my friends, is exactly what the definition of a god is. Someone that is in charge of destruction and creation. Generator, operator, and destroyer. G-O-D. So, and that's just to take the personal deification of any god, because that's what they all do. So, going back to being a programmer, you are now taking the role of a god, right? And now you have an AI, artificial intelligence, almost think for itself. Scary. Scary. Especially if you see how close technology is becoming to actually having the Jetsons robots walking around and Terminator robots. Robots that are so lifelike and actually talking and thinking and picking stuff up and moving and being knocked over and getting back up. That is the singularity. That is the singularity. Now, it is not any coincidence by any stretch of the imagination that your cell phone, your computer, and almost any device that we could think of, all of them, all the newer ones, or even the new cameras can connect to the internet. When you get computers and devices that have AI and can connect to the internet, this is the beginning of the creation going haywire. And I just want to kind of step back for a minute and let you see the macrocosm of the microcosm of this thing. If we as humans can create such said world with so much vastness in it, to where it's almost a reality as being a fucking computer program, what makes you think we don't have the exact same level that's above us? For all that you know, you are in a program right now. For all that you know, there's mathematics, there's rules, there's dimensions, there's constructs, there's borders. It's a program. If you look at the internet as a schematic, if you will, it looks just like the brain. Neurons in the brain as a schematic, if you will. But if you even look at it from a higher level, it looks like the universe. All these imprints, all these designs look very similar. So from the universe to your neurons in your brain to the schematics of an internet, all have similar patterns. The shift is deep. Not only are we evolving as physical beings, I'm trying to pick my words very carefully, so when I pause and shit, it's only because I'm trying to say the right thing at the right time. That's my struggle. But yeah, so everything is shifting. Not only us, but our creation is shifting as well. So there will be a singularity at some point. This is a theory that has been touched on many, many times. So I'm not the first person to bring this up, but I'm just putting my twist on it. And with all different levels going up or going down, there's always a singularity that connects one level to the next. So if we're acting as gods and we've created a virtual reality, especially with these new virtual reality goggles everybody's going to have in about a year, at some point we will infuse with our creation, just like our creators infused with us. The demigods. How you think humans came about? The missing link is the gods mating with their creation. So at some point, we will mate with our creation. And if you look around, it's happening. They're infusing humans and machines already. And that's inevitable. It's not about if, it's just about when. And this is not to fearmonger. This isn't like trying to push an agenda to have motherfuckers spooked or scared, but you gotta be aware of this. You know, burying your head in the sand and acting like these things don't exist is detrimental for the future. And what I mean by the future is detrimental for the generations to come after us. We have to start teaching our kids now. Because if we don't, they're just going to be led astray. So, with that being said, you know how we do it. Salute, connect them dots, third eye's open, and it's good.